Hi, Kuniko-san, all the way from California. I remember the last time I saw you was on our boot camp, Gary Gan Passive Income Boot Camp, right? So
Right.
yes, so great to have all of you together with us today. I believe all of you have also, I think some of you have also read Gary's book, and we have actually get very good review on Gary's book as well. Hello everyone. Okay, let me just see. All right. Ming Hong Lim, David. All right, welcome guys. While we are waiting for the speaker to come in, come on guys, let's engage with everyone on the chat box and let us know where are you guys currently viewing from. Definitely, I know Kuniko-san is all the way from California. Very good friend of mine, David from Cambodia. Ming Hong Lim. I believe this is the first time I see you, Ming Hong Lim, and also Erna and Grace Chin. Welcome everyone, welcome. I'm going to give the floor approximately 5 more minutes before we start the session today. Okay, as you all know, we have a doctor in the house today. All right, so I believe all of you are in here early to actually know what contribute to his big success in Indonesia. Am I right? That's why all of you are here early together with us. And welcome, you live all the way from Australia. Welcome. Guys, for the name, which is Realme C2 and also Galaxy Note 9, I would highly appreciate if you can write down your name, so it will be much more easier for our speaker to communicate with you. Because as you know, guys, the more engagement you have with our speaker and also our main host today, the faster you can learn their golden nuggets, guys. Okay. And I believe I've never seen some of you for a very long time, like David. Wait, just let me see. David, Yulit Olive. But right now we have a very young entrepreneur charger taking aboard of a lot of our webinar. So I hardly see all of you, but so great to see all of you again. David, congratulations to you. I'm not sure if this is true, but I saw Hing Anderson posted a very how to say powerful statement on the Facebook where you guys don't actually just buy 1 unit, you guys bought 3 units of the house. Am I right? 3 units of a resort house in Cambodia, guys. If I believe it's true, the day you have the dinner, that is a place where the resort where your house is. Am I right, David? Wow, David. I thought it was a Marriott hotel resort. You guys doing the dinner. It was so beautiful. Really so proud of you guys. And guys, listen to this. Enagic provided this. Am I right, David? Enagic provided this to Heng and David all the way from Cambodia, guys. They don't just buy 1 house, they buy 3 houses, guys. And it's not just any condos or apartment. If you see the picture, it's 3 resort house. Isn't that amazing? And I love the statement by Heng. Heng actually said that the reason why they buy 3 houses is because David loved the place so much. Right? Am I right, David? All right. Okay. Just let me see if our speaker is here. Gary, is our speaker here yet? Just do let me know. So I will, without further ado, I'll pass it to you.
I am still trying to call him.
All right.
Maybe we have some chill out session first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, so sorry for the wait. Our speaker just read our message 8 minutes ago. I believe he's went to the toilet or something. But don't worry, Gary is trying to get to him. But also don't worry, we also have plan B for you. Okay. All right. So our Enagic family can come to stay with us. Yes, David. You actually said something before I want to say. Anytime I go to Cambodia, I will definitely want to visit your house. It's not easy to see a person own 3 resort house at the same place. I would love to go there and check it out. You never know, maybe me and Gary will buy a unit next to you. So next time we come Cambodia, we can stay together with you. All right. Okay. All right. I can see a lot of people are coming. All right. Welcome. Raymond from Philippines. Okay. Sri Puwanti, Sam Misya. I'm not sure is that Sam Sia or Sam Misya, all right, but welcome.
Same
Okay.
here, same here.
Grace
Same
Chin,
Malaysia here.
Grace Chin, Totem Feeling, Teddy, all right, welcome guys. Erna, Enric, Ellen, Cindy, Ben, welcome guys, welcome everyone. Do bear with us. Our speaker will be coming in very soon. Without further ado, because you guys are in here early with me. Okay, so I'm going to catch Gary by surprise today. Gary, is there any
Yes.
early, because we do have the morning walk today,
Yes.
and you share something very good to me that you shared to JV on last Sunday. While we're waiting for the speaker to come in, why not, Gary, share with them what have you shared with me this morning during our morning walk. All right, over to you, Gary.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, guys. Let's give Jeffrey a big round of applause as usual. Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, guys. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to all my friends all over the world, our Kangen family. I wish you good health, happiness, success, God's blessing, and all the great things for you. So once again, welcome to our once a month interview with the stars that we've started more than 3 years ago. Wow, time flies so fast, right? 3 to 4 years ago. And it's my great pleasure to once a month bring you all a star, okay? And the role or the objective of this star is to share some golden nuggets, some strategies, some tips, some success stories, and even some failure things that you will be able to benefit, to learn, do, and benefit for your Kangen business. All right. So today's star, as most of y'all know, is none other than Dr. Andhyka. I don't want to spill the beans, so I'll let him share most of the thing. But as we go on, it's going to be a very powerful, fiery type. I'm sure Kuniko-san will agree with me. Fiery, the word is fire. Okay, session today. As because this person is truly amazing. He's awesome. Okay, I've first seen him doing his sharing in Kuniko-san, do you still remember which convention was he at in US that he set the whole stage on fire? Do you remember? Was it in?
Yes, I do. It's a 2015 Anaheim, California.
Yes, Anaheim. Yes, correct. So he did it in 2015, and I was next in 2016 in Vegas. So yeah, I remember. Like, wow, I didn't know Tony Robbins came to Enagic. It's like, whoa, it's typical Tony Robbins, team, But of course, he did it with his own flair, with his own dynamism, which is truly amazing. But anyway, I'll let this amazing star share with you more of the things that he has gone through, some tips and all that. But I really hope, I really hope, because guys, I'm here in Malaysia. I can't seem to get in touch with him. I believe, Jeffrey, are you able to scan through the room if he's in? If he's not, can anyone who is from Indonesia that probably you are in his team, like I can see Ending Norman or Elin Herlina or Eros Rosalina. If you are part of his team, are you all able to just give him a call on the phone to just let him know that the whole world is here and waiting for the Tony Robbins of Indonesia to jump on stage? All right. Now, while we are waiting for the star, which is Dr. Andhyka today. So I just, since you guys have always been like Kuniko-san, Olive, and all of your, David, Heng, you guys have always been like my greatest supporter. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You have always been there supporting me all this while. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So since you guys are so early and here and on time, I just want to share a few things that I shared during the last session that Jeffrey spoke about, JV, okay, invited me to speak on behalf of the Enagic Distributor Association. All right. And I was so impressed. I was the first speaker that the JV organized. So few things I like to share. First and foremost, before I go on to sharing all this, guys, how are you all feeling right now? You know, tell me your feelings, you know, so that I know, you know, how you are feeling, you know, are you all ready to rock with me? Are you all feel full of excitement? Are you all looking forward to great things coming? Yeah, just let me know your thoughts, all right? Yeah, Charger said, let's rock. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. So, the one key point I like to take away, I like to share with you all as a takeaway, you know, as you are like early for today's session, is about clarity of the business. Now, when I say clarity of the business, I simply mean the clarity of the Kangen business. And that's the first thing I spoke during JV's session. The reason is because if just imagine, I'm very sure there are 23 people here right now. I'm sure all 23 of y'all are in Kangen, not just only for the health, which I believe you already enjoy the health benefit from the Kangen water, but you are also here, the 23 of y'all are here for the 90% of what Kangen opportunity can offer you. Am I right? If the answer is right, if the answer is yes, give me a yes on the chat button. In other words, apart from you already enjoying the good health, okay, I'm very sure the 25 of y'all or 26 of y'all right now are also in the Kangen business to enjoy the freedom, the financial freedom, the passive income, the ability to impact the world, to touch your fellow, you know, fellow friends and family members. You want to give, you want to also hear wanting to use Kangen to better your life, better your family's life, to give your children probably better education, better life and experience, better lifestyle. So am I right? Yeah, I can see all the yeses that came out here. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. All of y'all said yes. Okay. So if your idea is to enjoy the 90% apart from the health benefit from Enagic, yeah, thanks, Jeffrey. So if your objective is to enjoy the 90% of what the benefit that Enagic can offer, am I right to say that you need to know the Enagic business, or I like to call it a game, because a game sounds fun. Okay, business sounds very serious, you know. You know, business sounds so formal. But if you look at it from a game point of view, like basketball, netball, volleyball, football, golf, bowling, you know, Enagic sponsors golf and table tennis, even the game of table tennis. Now, am I right to say that if you want to succeed in those games, and not just succeed, but succeed big time, become a legend, you know, the word legend, like basketball, you have Michael Jordan, golf, you have Tiger Woods, badminton, you have the Lin Dan and Lee Chong Wei, I don't know, swimming, you have the Michael Phelps. So if you want to be the legend, the ultimate, the number one, the world-class champion, am I right to say you need to really master the game? Not just master, but you have to have absolute clarity of the game. Do you all agree with me? If you do, give me a 1 on the chat button. If you agree with me that you need to have absolute clarity of the game, give me a 1. Okay. So therefore, if you were to look at Enagic as a game, number 1, Enagic Kangen business as a game, and you as going to be not just a player, but the world-class, legendary, best of the best, world champion. Am I right to say you need to have absolute clarity on the Kangen business? So most of you all say yes. And the answer is yes, we need to. Okay. So for the fact, the clarity, I put away all the other things. The first clarity, okay, you may, if you have a notepad next to you, of course, Olive, you are driving, please don't look at me too often. I don't want you to get a summon ticket or anything like that. But for those of you who have a notepad or paper next to you, you may want to write it down. Okay. The first clarity is to accept the fact that Enagic is a network marketing business. That is the first clarity you need to accept, because without accepting this fact, you will be going round and round and round in circles. Can you imagine you go and want to be the best of the best in basketball, and then you go and look at the basketball game and the coach tells you this, the coach, okay, the coach, which means your upline or you telling your downline this, okay, you are the coach, the upline, and you are telling your downline, or you telling yourself, well, this looks like a basketball game, but it's also a hybrid volleyball, and also it has a little bit element of a netball, a handball. I mean, guys, can you imagine how will your rules be? What will the rules of your game be? There won't be any rules, because it's so unclear, right? So some people think they can hit the basketball with their palm, they can actually touch it like this, they can throw it anywhere. So that's exactly what's happening to a lot. And I specifically mentioned Kangen. The reason is because Kangen Enagic is a Japanese company. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's our greatest advantage. Okay. However, the communication part is a bit lacking. Okay, is a bit lacking because of translation from Japanese to English to other medium. Is lacking. Okay, and there is no one system and there's no one orientation program where you come in to do the Kangen business and somebody tells you, hey, welcome to a football or a basketball game. This is the game of basketball. This is the rules of the basketball game. This is what you need to do to be the best basketball player in the world. And this is the exact action you need to take to achieve your dreams. There is none like that for time being, except for some teams that has it. So I'm in a way blessed because me and my team has always been involved with network marketing business. So we are able to craft out a so-called platform, a so-called training program that allows people to see this clarity. Okay, I'm very sure there are other teams that are doing that as well. All right, so you may want to check with those teams that are really, really doing well on this. Now, coming back to this, the reason why you need, okay, Olive say you are in the passenger seat. That's good, Olive, because I don't want you to get a summon ticket. Okay, and the reason why, okay, number one, the reason why you need to have this clarity is so that you know the steps to take to achieve the real goal in Enagic. Now, when I say the real goals in Enagic, it doesn't only end at making money. Okay, that's the biggest problem, because a lot of people, when they come into Enagic, or for that matter, any network marketing business, first thing they saw is a product, whether it's a physical product or an intangible, non-physical product. They saw a product. Second thing they saw is they see a commission base. So everybody has that same mentality of working for money, right? You guys agree? You guys agree? Say me on the chat button. Everybody has been trained from young to big to work for money, right? So basically, I sell this number of product, I make this amount of money. So everybody is just focusing a lot on their attention in selling a product, physical, non-physical, and making a certain commission, which is part of every MLM business, every network marketing business. However, I told Jeffrey and the team that I'm so blessed because nowadays, me and my small little team, we have our morning walk every Tuesday morning. Okay, we go to a nice park and we walk out and sweat a lot. So I told the team, including Jeffrey, I said, the only difference is that apart from just making that first level of commission, network marketing also pays you. Remember, listen and write it down in bold letters. network marketing also pays you for your recruitment activities. Okay. Now, when I say recruitment, don't get me wrong. Enagic don't only pay you for taking in somebody, but when you take in somebody and his group is selling or having moved certain sales volume, you get a certain percentage of it. That's the meaning of recruitment activity. So Enagic also pays you for that area. Now, question is, how many of you are focusing on that recruitment and management of your team activity? Now, remember, so if you hear from the legendary late Jim Rohn, he talks about selling and recruitment. Selling, but this is my words, okay? So this is not copyright from Jim Rohn. If you were to use it on Facebook, just buy me a nice cup of coffee or lunch or dinner. Okay, so these are my words, okay? Now, write this down on your notepad or anywhere. This is from me. This is from Gary Gan. Selling is good because you make money. But recruitment is super good because you make passive income. That's the difference. Okay, so selling is good. I'm not saying if you sell a Kangen machine, it's not good. It's really good. When you're making 3A, 5A, 6A, 8A, you know, I've got distributors that proudly tell me they are 8A distributors because they make all 8 points. I hope you are not 8A, okay? I'll tell you why you should not be an 8A later. So, yeah, it's definitely good if a machine that you sell K8 and you're making 8 points. It's good. You're making good money. But when you start recruiting, imagine if you have recruited a Cynthia Briganti. It is super duper good. Am I right? How many of y'all agree? Put two in the chat button for me if you agree. You managed to recruit a Cynthia Briganti, a Romy Vadera, a JV Pacifico, a Samsia, you know, a Gary Gan, maybe a Dr. Andhyka, you know, a Koniko, a Jeffrey, you know, a David and Heng, you know, those that I can see. Sorry, I can't name all of y'all. Can you imagine? So selling is good, you make money, but recruitment is better. Why? It's super good because you make passive income, right? And isn't the idea of doing network marketing about making passive income? Now you really think about this. If all you want is to make XXX dollar a month by working on it, you don't need Enagic. Am I right? You can sell cars, you can still make money. You sell insurance, you make money. You sell, you start a hawker center and sell like Jeffrey's family runs a restaurant. They make good money. So if the idea is just about making money, guys, you don't need Enagic. You can sell anything under the sun. I have a printing business that's making good money as well. But what you want in Enagic is passive income, because when you have the passive income, that's where the freedom, the lifestyle, the ability to impact the world, the leverage, the everything is there. But if it's just trading your time to make money, doing a demo, doing a presentation and sell a machine, then you are just making money. It's good. Nothing wrong with that. But recruitment is super good. All right. So Jeffrey is our guest here with us. I'm not sure why he's still not taking my call.
Gary, I've also dropped him a message and also tried to call him.
Okay.
Yet he also never picked up my call. I'm not sure why as well.
Teddy, I can see failing from Teddy Hendriana's team. Are you guys close with Dr. Andhyka? Are you able to give him a call or something? Because I tried to call his landline, he's not picking. I tried to call his messenger, he's not picking. Or Kuniko-san, are you able to somehow in any way connect with Dr. Andhyka? Are you close to
I
him?
actually already called him.
Okay.
No answer.
No answer. Okay. Well, let's give our friend a benefit of the doubt. Maybe, yeah, some emergency things crop out. But you know what, guys? To me, life is always a box of chocolate, right? Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. So if we can't have Dr. Andhyka, let's have Dr. Gary Gan. Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry, Mr. Gary, I don't have his, okay, no worries, failing. Thank you so much. There are 28 of you guys here. So okay, guys, how about this? Okay, remember I always say, right? It is not what happens with the wind, but it's how we set our sail. So I can't control what's happening in the external environment. Maybe there is a real emergency that Dr. Andhyka needs to attend to for whatever reason. So he is at this moment not with us, but it's okay. You know what? Because I always like to say this: have no fear when Gary Gan is here. So for today's session, while we can still wait for Dr. Andhyka, we'll do a 1 hour session. Is like a no holds barred session. Okay, guys. So we have 27 of y'all here. I'm going to share a few tips, and then we can do some like more of a one-to-one session. Feel free to ask me. Usually I charge very expensive consultation. You can ask Jeffrey. I charge very expensive consultation hours. So, but for you guys, 27 of y'all, today's session will be absolutely free. Okay, you can ask me anything, but not personal question. Ask me anything that involves building your Kangen business, building network. Not really technical. I'm not much of a technical person. So it's more on building network, mindset, you know, success, leadership. Feel free to ask me any question. Okay, so guys, here is how it will happen. All right, so I'll be sharing a few very important and I find it to be key elements for success in our Kangen business. And if you have any question, you can either put on the chat button, you said, I would like to ask a question, or you can ask your question by typing it as a chat onto the chat box there. Charger, our young man, our up and coming leader, Charger Tan, will be looking at it and putting the questions to me. Or if you want to unmute, Jeffrey, are they able to unmute themselves? Yeah, okay. Or if you want to unmute yourself, you can unmute and ask me, stop me at any time. Okay, this is like I'm there with you, you know, one-to-one. We are having coffee, you know, we are just talking to each other, that kind of thing. All right. So yeah, so that's basically it. Okay. Anyway, before I start, I would like to do a small advertisement. I would just like to advertise a bit, a small one. So guys, if some of y'all still have not heard about my book, so you may want to get my book. Charger, if you don't mind, please put the link onto the chat button so that they can click and get my ebook. Okay, I've just published my ebook last month and launched it. And this has been my so many years, easily 27 to 30 years of my experience, my success, as well as some of my failures, my hardships, my glory, my disappointment, everything into this book. And it took me 2 years just to produce this book. Okay, so a lot of people have read it. For example, Kuniko-san, Jeffrey, Olive, I believe, and a few more have read it. David from Cambodia, and they have given me, thank you so much. They have given me very good reviews on the book. So for those of you who have still not get hold of this book, you may want to. I'm very happy to just read this message out, and it's from one of my Facebook friends. I've not met this person in person. So I met, I just got, and for certain reason, you know, through my talks on social media, I get a lot of fans, you know, and he's one of them. His name is Martin Mayorga. I believe he's from, I'm not sure which part of USA, but he's from USA. And he mentioned this. He says, Gary, just finished reading your book. You are such an incredible inspiration for me, brother. I love every page. Thank you. And he even took a picture of, he printed my book out and put it into a folder. And he says, this will be my guide and a training tool for those who want to work the business. Thanks again so much, Gary. So these are some of the reviews that I got. But if you click the link, you will see some videos in the landing page for this book, telling you what's this book all about. So guys, you may be asking me a question: why do I want to write this book? Okay, and this is again coming back to that same topic I mentioned just now about clarity. Now, I realized from my many years of doing network marketing business, not just Kangen, okay? Some of y'all heard I've been involved with 15 different companies, including Kangen. So, and I started my journey as early as 17 years old. So I'm now in my mid-40s. So imagine 28 to 30 years of experience. So through my years of experience, I realized that the very how should I say, the gray area of network marketing, okay, the gray area of network marketing, the blur line, you know what's a blur line? That means the line is quite blurrish. It's between building a network and selling products. I always notice whether it's a supplement company, facial products, website products, intangible product, I always notice that in any network marketing business, there is always a blur line between a group, and most of the time it's a majority group of people that focuses a lot on the product. Again, nothing wrong. It's good because you can make money. You go in any, whether it's a supplement product, intangible product, Kangen product, whatever, you can make money focusing on the product. But the other blurrish line, which I notice, is a group of people for certain reason tend to be in the top echelon, which means they are the top 5%, 10% of the category, or you want to call it the pyramid of the business, the top 5 to 10%, the top ones over there. I notice they are there because they finally built a network. And their income, if you check with all, and I've been checking with a lot, I've been checking through my years, I've been checking with hundreds over thousands or maybe even thousands. Most, I would say 90%, in my case is 98.5% of all our income comes from our network productivity. Only 2%, or some people even less, comes from our own physical selling of the product. It is always like this. It's not just in Kangen, it's through my 28 years of doing this business. And therefore, I wrote this book for the fact that I want to give the clarity to people. Okay, what game are we playing? Why is Mr. Oshiro highly glorified when people go up to 6A2, 6A22, 23, 24, 25? Do you realize Mr. Oshiro very hardly announced to the whole world that Mr. or Mrs. A and ABC sold 1,000 machines in 1 month? Do you all realize that? Mr. Oshiro has never highlighted somebody that has the highest 8-point sale in any given month. Do you realize that? Yes, the contest is based on 8 points, but his idea on that contest is that 8 points is generated through a group building effort. So remember, I want to mention this again, since all of you are in Kangen, I want to specifically mention about Kangen. Mr. Oshiro has no intention today, yesterday, or tomorrow to ever hire sales people. He wants you to be his partners in Enagic. When he say partner, means your role is to start building a network all over the world that can produce 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 sales volume a month. You can't do that alone, I guarantee you. And that's not what he wants. He's not, I mean, a lot of people say, nothing wrong, I go and sell a machine. Yes, nothing is wrong. But that's not the intention of Mr. Oshiro, and that's not what this business is designed for. So I hope you all get it clear, because this line between selling a product and building the network is very blurred. So there's especially majority of people somehow got into this. Again, nothing wrong. But most of the time, my observation after being involved with this industry for so many years, I noticed that those people who are very involved in just selling the products or the services in the company, they somehow may not end up to be the 1 or 5 or 10% of the top echelon. And you can see that their success, although money in terms of money is there, but it's not like, wow, it's not like, like, wow, it's there, it's there, but it's not wow. And for certain reasons, sometimes these people at this level, they may float, because when you are just selling based on your own effort, sometimes sales up, sometimes sales down. Sometimes may come to a point where even the sales not even equivalent to somebody's full-time job. So when that happens to many, which I've seen it with my own eyes, that's the reason why you have people jumping from one MLM company to the other, to the other, to the other. They are known as the Mlm Junkie. All right. So all this is being covered in my book. You can get it and read it. So that's the reason why I feel the obligation for me to publish that book, to share this knowledge to people, because again, selling is good because you make money. But recruitment and building a team and leadership is super good because you get passive income and you get unlimited, not just passive, but unlimited, because the whole income generating part is not from your effort. Jeffrey, any chance of Dr. Andhyka coming on board? No?
I tried to call again, yet no one picked up.
Okay,
Probably
so,
an emergency lah.
Yeah, probably it's in an emergency. And I believe maybe my boss up there wants me to do the show for y'all today. Because Kuniko-san has always been asking me, Gary, when is your interview? So, okay, maybe Kuniko-san, I think you had a direct connection with my boss, right? So he said, okay, since Kuniko-san said this, I'm going to fulfill her wishes. All right. So, okay. So that's the first point. Guys, any question as of now, because I'm very sure there are people who have not met me before personally, not from my team. Are there anybody that want to ask me any question? Charger, are there any questions so far from people on the floor that they may want to ask me a question?
So far, there's no question.
By
one question.
Who?
So,
you?
From me, yes.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead, Charger.
You're open for it? All right.
Yes.
So there's people who do full-time in Kangen or
Yes.
any MLM businesses,
Yeah.
part-time and some-time.
Okay.
Right. So I want to say some people, right, they like to do part-time because they want to, maybe have some free time in their businesses so they can, go ahead and achieve their passion. What do you think about this?
Okay. Charger, that's a fantastic question from a 19 years old. Charger, seriously, every time I meet you, I'm very impressed with your mindset. I think it's all these videos that I keep sending to you to see, right? Okay, anyway. Now, Charger brought up a very good point about sometime, part-time, full-time, or whatever you call it. In my case, guess what time do I do Kangen? When people ask me, are you doing full-time? I said, no. You know what time I told them? Lifetime. Lifetime. Okay, so it's my lifetime. Why? Because, hey guys, if something is going to be rewarding you, even if you are not working, and if you are doing something that is like part of a hobby kind of thing, it's like, part of relaxation. I'll give you a very simple scenario. Jeffrey and me, we were cycling, okay? And with our full cycling gear, we had our breakfast in a very nice Chinese restaurant. And the waiter came over to our table, and guess what's the first thing he asked us? Hey, guys, today is Wednesday, 10:30 in the morning. You guys no need to work. It's like, hey, we are working. We were just talking about our strategy in building the Kangen business, right? So now, if you are in this type of environment where work, you see that again, there is a social reprogramming of people. Everybody thinks that you need to wear a shirt, a tie, carry a briefcase, and meeting people with an iPad, with an iPhone. That's work, that's business. Who says so? I mean, look at Jeffrey and me. We are in the midst of a waterfall or doing scuba diving, and that's work to us. Now, if you have that kind of work, can I ask you a question? Would you want to do it half-time, sometime, part-time, or full-time? Charger, what is your answer?
Anytime.
Anytime. What? In my case, it's lifetime, because there's no time when every minute is business to me. Every minute is business. Okay, so but here's the point. Now, here, guys, for the newer people, I want you all to really learn this, understand it, and write it down. Okay. Now, if you're Jeffrey, Charger, do you have the link? I want you, if you can, quickly search a link on YouTube called Jim Rohn Network Marketing Audio. Try to search that link, copy paste onto the chat. This video, guys, if you all have not seen it, not heard it, hear this for the next 1 month. If you can hear it every day, I tell you, it blows your mind away. It gives you, it suddenly double and triple your Kangen success. I'm guaranteeing you this. Okay, listen to this. And from that video, which is about 1 hour, 20 minutes long, I want to bring out one part which talks about the magic of part-time. Now, listen to this, guys. Listen to this. A lot of people always like the idea of full-time. Yeah, of course, full-time is the best, because when you are full-time, it simply means you are already maybe achieving a certain income that you can sustain your life, you can provide for your family, then you are in it full-time, you know, it's like good income. So, but a lot of people tend to undervalue the idea of part-time. But let me tell you this, and this is what exactly Jim Rohn says. You see, number one, you must be good in telling stories. Okay, how many of y'all know that telling stories is very important? Give me 2. Give me a 2 on the chat button if you know that telling stories is very important. Now, Charger just put the link there, so you may want to copy the link, listen to that video all the time. Okay, 2, right? Now listen, if you are good in storytelling, actually all of you are good in storytelling, you just don't know. Some people say, oh, Gary, I'm not good. No. When you remember when you ate a nice food somewhere in a restaurant and you started telling your neighbor, you tell your family, you tell your friends, that's storytelling. Okay, it doesn't have to be telling Star Wars story kind of storytelling. Okay, so the magic of part-time, can you imagine? Let's just say you are just doing Kangen part-time, and on an average 1A is 2, let's say SD 501, because I've always remember SD 501, that's my era. Let's say SD 501, 1 point is 285, so you make 3 points, let's say. So 285, 3 point, what's 3 point of 285? 285 times 3. Okay, so you make 855 per machine. And let's just say in a month, you are able, through your part-time, do 3 machines. You and your team, that means you sell 1 and your downline sold 2 from his group. So you have 3. Can you imagine you make $2,000 part-time? Guys, sometimes when you tell people, hey, I made $2,600 full-time, people won't listen to you because, hey, my full-time job maybe pays me $5,000 a month. Hey, what, you full-time in your so-called big-time business and you're only making $2,500? But can you imagine if you are doing a business part-time, earning $2,500, and suddenly you are able to change your car, go for another 2 more vacations with your family, buy new clothes for your family? Now that is a great story to tell. Now, guys, think about this. Remember just now I said selling is good because you make money, but recruitment is super good because you start to make passive income. You want to be good in recruitment, start focusing in telling stories that relate to recruitment. Okay, now you can tell product stories, but a lot of time product stories lead to a sale. But stories like, hey, I'm just doing this part-time thing and now I just bought a new car because of my part-time venture. I've just gone to the Caribbean because of my part-time venture that's making me $3,000 extra, you know the word extra, a month. Would you like to listen to my story? Now that will recruit a Cynthia for you. That will recruit a JV for you. That will recruit a Romy for you. All right. So, okay, I just saw a message from Dr. Andhyka. Let me just say, bro, I'm sorry. Are you still able to come in? See, I told you God is always good, right? God is always great, right? So I'm very sure he's in a form of emergency. So he says, I'm sorry. So I'm just reschedule or go. Go. Guys, shall we have a go with Dr. Andhyka? Good? Give me a thumbs up if all of y'all want Dr. Andhyka. Go. Okay, I'll say, go. Go. Okay. Come in now. We are all waiting for you. Woohoo. Well, everything happens for a reason. When we enjoy the journey, we truly enjoy our life, right? Okay, so Jeffrey and Charger, please have a look out. If Dr. Andhyka is in the house, then we can start rocking the show. So guys, if you like that 45 or 40 minutes of Gary Gan private sharing, give me a good or a great on the chat button so that I know that you guys have benefit a little bit from what I need to share from you guys today. All right. Just let me know what you guys think of what I've just shared just now. All right. All right. Wow, Bayani says it's great. Hey, Bayani, by the way, your newly achieved -2 leader, Romy Rosalinas, will be with me tomorrow. Oh, he's flying over tonight to Malaysia. I'm so happy. I'm going to just hug him for the next 5 minutes, you know, when I catch him, you know, and we'll be spending 3 days actually in the historical city of Malacca in Malaysia, which I promised him because of his achievement as a -2. So I'm just going to blow his mind all the way, you know. So Bayani, when he comes back, he's not just going to be known as Romy, he will come back as Super Romy. And you will be like supercharged right up to -6 lah, you know, Bayani. I'm so proud and seriously, I'm so impressed with what you guys are doing over there in the Philippines, Manila, as well as in Davao. You guys are just awesome. Yeah. Jeffrey is our star in the room already.
We are looking out for him.
Okay,
he's not in yet.
Yeah. He says wait. I think he's like maybe putting on his Tony Robbins suit, you know. Okay, so anyway, while we are again waiting for Andhyka, so guys, today's session we may need to be slightly longer. Are you guys okay if we just run it a little bit longer, maybe half an hour longer, guys? Are you okay? Okay, just put an okay there for me, sign like this, you know, whatever. Because guys, seriously, to me, I'd rather be a bit long-winded, eat my lunch or dinner much later, but as long as I can give value to y'all, the tips that goes to y'all and can help you to improve your life, your business, I've already done my part because I owe it to all of y'all. I owe it to the people around me that has always blessed me with all this success in my life. All right. So yeah. So while we are waiting for him, guys, seriously, the next thing that I really want to reaffirm, I hope y'all don't take me as like a broken tape recorder, but if you guys still have not written down your goals, and in GOAL, Charger, you may want to write that on the text box, okay? If you have not written down your goals, if you have not finalized your goal, you know, some people don't even have a goal, you know, it's like you have not finalized the goal, you know, please do it today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, today, right now, you know, right now. It doesn't matter if you're 1A, just shoot for becoming a 2A. You have not broken your egg, set a goal to break your egg, you know, first sale. You want to set a 6A goal, you want to set a goal to make a $10,000 a month, whatever, you know, but please have a goal. The last thing you want is you run around with Kangen and you see all these people becoming successful more and more and all the things, and then you're just going round and round, circles and circles. Why? Because you have no direction. Okay, so a goal, and if you set a goal and you didn't achieve it on time, it's still better than doing the business without a goal. So please, if you have not set that goal, please set it now. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, and I tell you, if you are a believer, like in my case, you know, I believe in the Almighty, I believe in God, you believe in whatever faith you are in. Okay, now if you're a believer, okay, when you have a goal and you start verbalizing it, you start telling people, you start imagining, you start fantasizing about your goal, you start telling people more about your goal, magical things happen to you. Magical, seriously. I still remember when I started Kangen way back in 2011. As a 1A, I'm not even a 6A. As a 1A, I was already talking on when I will be a 6A. That time, Malaysia do not even have an Enagic office. And started, and guys, $4,000 water machine is an absurd price to tell people, you know. So it's every way is challenges. But because of me verbalizing, I set that coordinate, just like you set the GPS, I set that coordinate and I start telling everybody, hey, this is where I'm going, this is where I'm going, this is where I'm going, come and join me. My bus is going to this direction, come and join me. My bus is going to this direction, come and join me. Guess what happened? Suddenly the universe opens up all the doors. Suddenly people I never expect will join me. Suddenly the countries that I never expect I will go to started opening. And within a short period of 4 months, I hit 103 machine sales. And those days, there's no easy payment because there wasn't an Enagic office. So guys, seriously, if you have not done this, this is one first thing you need to do. After the clarity part, please set your goals. Set your goals. Okay? Set the bigger, the better, if you ask me. And the reason why you want to set a big goal is because if you set a small goal and you hit it, it's a small goal. But you set a humongous goal and you don't hit it, you still hit something big. All right. So you want to set a goal that is, of course, if you ask me, is something that is comfortable for you. But guys, for the benefit of all of y'all today, I want to share with you one particular goal, which I think everybody should set this goal apart from whatever goals you want to set in your Enagic business. Okay? Because remember, we talk about freedom, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about time to do the things you want. So the best goal, if you ask me, everybody should set if you are still employed. That means you're working for somebody. The best goal to set is the goal where you can sack your boss. So you write is like, you know, by August 2022, I will be employed. I will be unemployed. You know, set a goal where you can just leave your job. Now I know maybe some of y'all really love your job. Then that's beside the point. But some of y'all, if you find that your job is really paying you, underpaying you, you are just doing it to make some money here and there. Please set a goal, because nothing worse than working for money and you don't enjoy it and you are sacrificing your time where you can doing something better. All right. So that is a really, really big goal to do. Jeffrey, any sign of our star today? Wow, this star is really, I'm telling you, because of this challenge of coming in, is going to explode afterwards. The star is going to explode right in front of your eyes with the bling bling. Wear your dark glasses, all right? We have 35 people in the room today. Jeffrey, is the star here today?
He's not in yet, Gary.
He's not in, Okay, let me ask him, bro, how long will you take? People are waiting. Well, again, sometimes you may want to look at this as, you know, there's a saying, people always pray, oh God, please give me more patience. God cannot suddenly overnight just download the patience software to you and then you become patient. No. You know how God gives you more patience? By giving you situation that will train your patience level. Okay, so if you want to be more patient, these are really, really good. Now my laptop stuck. Let me use handphone. You see, exactly what I'm trying to tell you. So, okay, just please excuse our star today. He has some technical issue. His laptop is stuck. So he's now trying to use his handphone. But anyway, I'm also truly very blessed because he's very willing to spend 1 hour, at least 1 to 1.5 hours to share his experience. Yes, he's here. Okay, Jeffrey, do your thing.
All right, finally, our speaker is here. All right, let me just, Gary, I would love you to set a charger and also Dr. Andhyka as our co-host as well. All right, so welcome everyone. Sorry for the late and thank you so much for waiting together with us for the past 55 minutes. And I believe, as Gary told you, it's already been arranged by our big boss up there today that you will first need to hear what Gary has to share with you today. Because like what Gary shared to me during our morning walk today, he will also need to share with you what you want to share today. Okay, but guys, I know you guys have been waiting for all these golden nuggets from Dr. Andhyka. All right, so I will not waste any more time. I will pass the session over to our host of today. And any question that you have that you want to ask Dr. Andhyka, our charger Tan will be capturing every single question that you have, and we'll do a Q&A before we end the session today. Over to you, Gary.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. Okay, finally, our star is here. Wow, Dr. Andhyka. Okay, you first and foremost, I would like to say before anything else, yes, I know there was probably some technicalities on your side, and
I'm sorry.
No worries, Dr. Andhyka.
I owe you so much, ladies and
No
gentlemen.
worries. First and foremost, before anything else, Dr. Andhyka, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart and on everybody that's watching this, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's on Facebook, thank you so much. Terima, do you say terima kasih?
Terima kasih, yes. Terima
Bahasa
kasih.
Indonesia,
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
Thank you so much. Your presence here today means a lot to us. We know we will somehow go back learning something big from you. And before you go on, I just want to say something, Dr. Andhyka. Among all the distributors that I know, seriously, among all the distributors that I know, leaders and distributors in Enagic, I find that you and me have a lot of things in common. I don't know.
Exactly,
okay?
exactly.
Yeah, for one thing, our energy somehow is point, you know, Kangen is 9.5, right? We are about like 20.5, you know, and the way you carry yourself, your leadership qualities, your speaking, your energy you pass on. And also the point that I like is that you go more further than just promoting a water machine. I noticed that you also talk a lot about freedom and you were like building networks all over the world, especially with the Indonesia community. I saw you in Korea, you know, on the field with them, like picnic style, you know, doing plan, and wow, all that just blows my mind. So with that in mind, it's been longest time that I've wanted to do a show with you, and I'm so thankful that you finally accepted my request of doing this show with me today. So once again, Dr. Andhyka, thank you so much. Thank you.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you, Gary Gan, and all ladies and gentlemen here. Wow, it's an honor for speaking here in front of you guys. Wow.
Thank you. Before anything goes, Dr. Andhyka, how is the, if you don't mind, how's the COVID situation in Indonesia now? Is it much stable already? Or
2-3 months back, it's better, but before it's worse. We cannot go freely to some place. So in last 2 months, I think I just started to go offline presentation again. Before, just online, and I don't think in Indonesia especially online meeting is effective as offline meetings. Right.
And are your borders open already, as in are tourists starting to come into Indonesia?
Yeah.
All right.
Because there was
I'm
right?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to fly to Indonesia and maybe rock with you, you know. Go to Jakarta, see you in person, you know. I still remember we bumped into each other in Singapore. UPW,
Yeah.
Tony Robbins.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, amazing.
I miss that
amazing.
moment. Wow.
Yeah. So guys, once again, let's all put our hands together and welcome the one and only Dr. Andhyka Sedyawan. Yeah.
Thank you, Gideon. Kuniko Fujiwara, how are you?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
this is my
Today
friend.
we literally
Hi,
Hi,
Kuniko.
crazy.
we Andhyka, we literally have easily, if I've just counted just now, we easily have 10 different countries on Zoom right now.
Wow, wow,
Wow.
wow. This is
And
what
on
I like
Facebook,
from you, Gary.
Yeah, and from Facebook, so many more. Yeah. Everybody is so willing to and wanting to learn from you. So now let's get straight to the point. Andhyka, so basically, are you able to share with us how long have you actually we a lot of people heard about you, but they've not really get to know you as in personally. So how long have you actually been doing the Enagic business, and what was your early days before you joined Enagic? How was it like?
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say I'm sorry for my late comings.
No worries.
Shit happens. Wow. And then I couldn't tell you the info, so I'm really sorry. And second thing, I would like to say sorry if I speak because I think I spoke English. The latest is 3-4 years before because of the pandemic.
Okay.
I never speak English.
Okay, but
So
it's
this
good.
is
It's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
This is my first time again to speak English, so I'm practicing in front of you guys. So I hope you are understand my English. Okay.
Yes.
So
Very much.
it was 2013, Gary.
Okay.
It was 2013, so
Right.
it's like 9 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 years back.
Right.
At that time, I was in a big debt. I was an entrepreneur. I'm still an entrepreneur right now. Well, I was an entrepreneur that time with a big debt, around $200 US dollar.
Wow.
Okay, and I was also at the time I was a trainer. I was a public speaker, national trainer, and then also a book writer, book author, but with no money.
Okay.
In front of the stage, on the stage, I my energy,
Yes.
my style, my style when I speak in front of 1,000 people. I can motivate them, but in deep in my heart, I don't have any money because I really had a very very huge amount of debt,
Right.
to 100,000 US dollar. And then my sponsor Teddy came, from Bandung. Bandung is like 3-4 hours from my town.
Very
Okay.
beautiful area.
Yeah, you were there before.
Yeah.
He came to my he contacted me. He called me at the time, and then I rejected him because every time he called me, he always offering a kind of MLM things. And every time he called me, and then he offered an MLM, I
Right.
always join. Okay, I always join because of a PT. Okay, I just want to help him. Okay, and I never get the money back.
Okay.
Okay, I never get the money back, and then I rejected him because no, another MLM, no, please. Okay, it's over. That's not my game anymore.
Right.
No, this is different. This is a kind of direct selling, blah blah. No. But because he's my friend, okay, I will meet you.
Okay.
At that time, well, in Indonesia, well, I'm not the first person that joined here. Mr. Peter is the first person. I was like 3,500 person.
Okay.
Okay, so there were thousands of people already
Right.
joined this network marketing.
Okay.
At that time, Mr. Teddy showed me a demo,
Okay.
and I think this is my turning point that blown my mind.
Okay.
I saw a demo pH tester, and then mix oil mixed with water, and so on. And at that time, and he also explained to me the 8-point system, right?
Yes.
At that time, you know what? I'm a doctor, and he's not a doctor. So he was talking about health issues, right? And no. I'm a doctor. You are not. So I still, actually, rejected him. Okay.
Okay.
And then he explained about the money, and I knew that he also in a big debt. And I know him. I know that he knows me, that I'm a big star in Indonesia, a doctor, a trainer, a book author, like something like that. So I was like smart ass. I was like sombong. What is
Very,
sombong?
very proud. Very proud. Proud.
Yeah, very proud.
Yeah.
So I didn't listen to him.
Okay.
But inside my brain, inside my heart,
Right.
gosh, this product is very good. I saw the demo, right? Oh shit, man! Makes because my doctor's mind,
Right.
when I saw oil mixed with the
It's not
water,
possible.
yes,
Yes.
okay, this is different.
Yes.
And I saw the marketing plans, and then I think this is an opportunity, a big opportunity.
Yes.
But I didn't still understand much about
Right.
the business, right?
Right.
So at that time, he gave me 2 gallons of water,
Water.
and I didn't drink it
Okay.
because literally I didn't want to die because of the water. I didn't trust the water. So how come just water can quote unquote help so many people, cure from many diseases, right? Something
Right.
like that. So 2 months I didn't touch the water. I didn't call him, and he didn't did the follow up.
Okay.
And then it was a hard time for me with my wife, because we had a big doubt
Okay.
at the time, at the big debt. At that time, we were looking for a business opportunity to pay our debt, right?
Right.
And then at that time, I want to sell rice. Yeah, I want to sell clothing, bags, something like that, just to pay my debt. And then my wife said to me, "Hey, Abi," she called me Abi. Abi means honey. Honey,
Okay.
okay, honey, why don't we sell water? Because not everyone is eating rice, right? Well, most of them eating rice, but
Yeah.
some of them don't like rice. But everyone is drinking water.
Yes.
Oh, you are very smart, honey. Okay. And then at the time,
Okay.
I called Teddy,
Okay.
and he was like, who? Because I was like third person that bought the machine from him.
Wow.
Oh, Andhyka is going to buy the machine. Okay, come to me, come to my house. Okay,
Ah.
I want to buy the machine.
Okay.
But he didn't know that I don't have the money.
Okay. Okay.
So
Interesting.
he did the demos, and then
Okay.
all the things. Okay, I want to join this business, and I want to buy the machine.
Okay.
When he asked, okay, when are you going to buy the machine?
Okay.
That's the problem. Well, that's the problem. I didn't have the money at the time.
Okay. Okay.
And then, but as a winner's mind,
Okay. Yes.
we don't we need to solve our problems. Like, we
Yes.
focus on the
Yes.
solution. So
Yes.
I borrow money.
Okay.
I borrow money to buy the machine,
Okay.
something like that. And
Right.
then here we are now, 9 years
Wow.
from at that time, and with in my luxury house, and then
Wow. Nice, nice. So, okay, I hear your story. Just to summarize a bit, you joined 2013. Teddy looked for you from Bandung, and he showed you the demo. Can I ask you, Dr. Andhyka, you are a medical doctor?
Yeah. I'm a medical doctor.
Are you like a specialist or a
No,
general practitioner?
general practitioner.
Oh, GP. Okay. So medical doctor, guys, look at this. Now, if you have a doctor friend, don't be afraid to see him because he could be the next Dr. Andhyka for you. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So what is the worst? Okay, what is the worst that it can happen? Dr. Andhyka will just not join, not buy from Teddy. But in this case, for certain reason, like, so again, it proves for so many interviews that we have been doing, it proves one thing. Everybody buy for their own reason. So in this case, yeah, his reason was he may not believe at the beginning, but you know, all these things happen and he ended up buying. Wow, that's an amazing story, Dr. Andhyka. Now, okay, I want to ask you a question. When you first heard about the price of Kangen, and I believe it should be a SD501 then, right?
Yeah.
Did you felt that it was an expensive price to pay? Was it a very big amount, or what went on when Teddy told you the price of the SD501?
Yeah. At the time when he told me about the price, I was shocked because at the time I have a very big debt, right? 200,000 US dollar, and the price is around 4,000 US dollar, right?
Yes.
4,000 US dollar. So, but I'm an entrepreneur, so
Right.
that's the, well, thanks God, I'm already an entrepreneur that have entrepreneur mindset.
Right.
So at that time I was thinking this product is very, very expensive, but I didn't see the price at the time. Right. Because what I saw was the huge opportunity to pay my debt.
Right.
And then after I learned more deeper about the 8-point system, okay, this is it. Okay, honey, let's do it. And then I put my doctor's coat, I put off my trainer's job, and I shut down all my businesses and focus on this Enagic business.
Wow. So so can I safely say that you actually came into Kangen more for the business, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Because at the time I didn't have any health issues.
Okay. But from a doctor's perspective, was it a product that you think is really amazing, really good from a doctor's perspective?
After I dreamed about because like this, my parents are doctors. My wife also doctors, and my sister also doctors. My mother is a cardiologist. My sister also a cardiologist. We are from a doctor's family.
Right.
At the time, you know, this is not make sense. Only water, and then can quote unquote help other people to cure the disease, right? Quote unquote. So, but after I learned more about the research, so there were so many medical research about this water.
Right.
But if you want to sell this machine or offering this business to a doctor, you have to know about the medical research.
Right.
Because they were thought about this kind of approach to believe on things, right?
Right.
And then there are so many medical research.
Right.
But this is my tips. If you want to do the research, do not search for Kangen water, because you will not find it. You search for electrolytes reduced water.
ERW.
Or, ERW. Or molecular hydrogen water.
Wow.
There are hundreds of medical research that shows that Kangen water is very good, because Kangen water is a brand like Panadol.
Yes.
Panadol. Yeah, you won't get any medical research about Panadol because it's a brand.
Right.
If you want to do the research, please find paracetamol things.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes. Awesome.
So this is very science-based product. This is
fantastic.
very good.
And coming from you as a medical doctor, this information that you just shared is simply amazing, Dr. Andhyka. Now, the second thing we want to hear from you is, because I believe you joined Enagic, you joined before the office opened or after the office opened?
Before, a year before the office opened.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there wasn't an office in Indonesia yet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There wasn't.
Right. So, Dr. Andhyka, how long did it take you to be a 6A? From the time you joined until you become a 6A? With no officers, and I was told the machine is like 64 juta, 64 million or 68 million or something?
At the time?
Yeah.
It depends on where you bought the machine, because here in Indonesia,
Yes.
it took. I will answer the first question first.
Okay.
It took like 8 months. Yeah,
Right.
8 months for me to become 6A.
Okay.
So at the time, I put my target to sell 10 units a month.
Right.
10 units a month, and then I did the struggle, and then in 8 months I become 6A.
Okay.
So at the time, approximately more or less, because at the time we buy the machine from Mr. Peter. So Mr. Peter do the things with Hong Kong office.
Yes, correct.
And then we
Yes.
he helped us to do the transaction.
Like import the machine into Indonesia, right?
Yeah,
Right.
it's not legally imported. It's like smuggling.
Okay, yes, that's how everybody was doing it before.
Yeah.
Right.
And because of this is illegal, so there was additional money to pay all the person in the port and so on and so on.
Right.
So and at that time, US dollar is not stable, So sometimes we buy the machine for 40 million in rupiahs, sometimes 55 million in rupiahs. And in some areas like Mr. Wayan in Bali, something like that. In many areas in Indonesia, we don't have. This is the challenges in Indonesia. Not just about the price of the money, but the quality of the source of the water is very, very bad. In Indonesia, the water source is not good. It's bad. Not like in Malaysia, in Japan, in Singapore. So we have to buy like a set of water filters, and in certain areas we have
including pump, right? Including
pump,
right? Yeah.
Including pump and so sophisticated filters like $1,500 for a set of filters, because the water is not good. It's not good.
So guys, before I ask Dr. Andhyka more questions, first and foremost, you guys are we all are actually very blessed, very lucky. Because what I know in Indonesia, about 90% of all the machines have to go through a pump because they don't connect it directly to the tap. Am I right, Dr. Andhyka?
Exactly, yes.
When I saw the whole process and how many sales they are doing every month, I'm really impressed. Because even with, here, even a little bit of the tap head cannot fit. They say, wow, what kind of business so difficult? But guys, in Indonesia, you cannot even connect it with the tap water. They don't drink from the tap water, So that's another question I want to ask you later. But before that, coming back to this same question, now it took you 8 months to be a 6A, right? Dr. Andhyka. Now, how many people did you directly recruited that brought you the 100 machines within the 8 months that you became a 6A? Roughly.
Within in that month, roughly, I think probably around 30 units.
30, okay.
30 units.
So that means you brought in 30 people that contributed the 70 below, and you got 100 machine, right?
Yeah. Yes. But none of them are doing the business, right? So maybe only at the first era of my business, maybe only 10 leaders that
Okay.
fight with me.
Right,
in this
right,
business.
right. Wow, but 10 leaders is really good, right?
Right.
Yeah, some people only have one. Wow. Okay. So here again, see guys, I've been doing this interview so many years. So everybody is the same. You don't have to do the 100 yourself. Get a few team key leaders with you, and the 100 will come. Whether it's
Right.
1 month, 3 months, 8 months, a year and a half, it will come. So build your team, right? So amazing. So I want to again come back to the fact that there is so much, how should I say, there are so much challenges just to install the machine, because you need to go through special filter and the pump. And then you have to put the 10-gallon aqua water, right? It's called
Right.
aqua, right?
Yeah, right.
So in spite of all these challenges, Dr. Andhyka, tell us, how did you still manage to make such a big success all over Indonesia? What was your key success factor there? You know, like many people, you know, even if just one, you know, just to add one thing, they will say, wow, so difficult, banyak susah, you know. But yours is like so much challenges, and yet you guys managed to. I remember going into one event, I'm not sure you were there, like 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like how you guys do it? What's that key secret that you may want to share with us?
Okay, there is a plus and minus that we are doing this business with this kind of price of our product.
Right.
Indonesia, as we know, is a poor country. Okay, it's a poor country. This is a huge challenge for us to offering this product.
Right.
But in the same time, this is also a huge opportunity for us to doing the business. So, and 90% of my team, 90% of Indonesian team, okay, it's we call this. There are two types of person. There are two types of people that bought this machine in Indonesia. Okay, the first type is rich people. After they saw the demo, okay, okay, this is very good. Okay, let me check my money and then doing the transfer or give the money cash. Okay, this is very good. Okay, please install the machine in my house tomorrow, something like that. Okay, and the second type of people that bought this machine is a crazy people. It was like me. I mean, people that don't have money, but they have hope and dreams to change their life.
Right.
So this is where the opportunity goes. This is where I put myself into, because I already knew about how to motivate people, how to change people.
Right.
Someone is I was typing that want to know about NLP. NLP is neuro linguistic programming things. I was the master of NLP.
Right.
To make the story short, I can coach people,
right,
and then make a system that they can duplicate,
right,
to motivate them,
right,
not to buy this machine because of the machine,
right,
but they bought this machine because they have dreams that have to they have to achieve.
right.
So a few years ago, Enagic, global news magazine,
right,
interviewed me, right? And then they were asking the same question, and I told them, I don't sell machines, I sell hopes.
Wow.
I sell dreams. That's what I sell until now, because even until now, especially after the pandemic era,
yes,
we cannot, 4,000 US dollar for a machine is still very expensive for them.
right.
So right now we are struggling again because of this pandemic to make Indonesian sales good again, and we are reselling dreams to Indonesian market again. Wow. Instead of just the machine.
Amazing.
So that's what I do.
I think Dr. Andhyka, you hit this point straight at the bullseye. And guys, I want you to really understand the logic behind what Dr. Andhyka is saying. You see, with so much challenges, people are still buying the so-called machine or buying the business or the opportunity. The reason is because they were selling the dreams. They were selling the hopes. They were selling about family, about happiness, about the future generation's life. It's no more about the just about the alkalinity microcluster and the antioxidant, okay? So the point is, ask yourself this question. When you're getting so much challenges where people keep saying no this, no that, what are you selling? Is the value enough to change their mind for what you are offering? So yeah, Dr. Andhyka, that's a really powerful sharing that you just did. And that's the reason why I was like, wow, with so much challenges, he can still, you know, Dr. Andhyka and the whole Indonesia team can still make a breakthrough because they were selling dreams, lifestyle, freedom, you know, hopes of the future, more than just alkalinity. And because when people are so obsessed with this kind of thing, guess what? The buying the pump, the having to go through the 10-gallon aqua water is no more an issue. So again, ask yourself this question: what are you selling? Charger, are you able to put Dr. Andhyka back on the screen because his screen is gone? Charger?
Yeah, done it, Gary. Can you see?
Yeah. Dr. Andhyka, are you there?
Right. I'm here now.
You're here. I can't see.
Oh, you can't see, but it's good.
Just now it was two together. Now I only saw myself.
All right, it's actually set back to you guys. Yeah, you guys are on the spotlight.
Yeah,
right?
on
Yep.
Okay. So okay. Yeah, I love that tip there, Dr. Andhyka. Thank you so much. Now I know you have that same DNA. We both share that same DNA of extreme power. A lot of people do not realize that motivation is a very key success factor in our business. I believe among so many people, you should be, and me, you and me are the ones that are that advocate the power of motivation and energy, you know, like what you were sharing just now. Now, how did you get your team motivated and moving so fast to achieve their success in their Kangen business? What do you do? What are some key tips that you can share with all of us here today, Dr. Andhyka?
Okay, first of all, the first tips is me, you, and all of you guys here have to be leading by example. That's what I want to say.
Right.
So you have to be the example of the person that they want to be. And this is a very big issue. This is also a big challenge for me also, and for all the Kangengpreneurs, I call them Kangengpreneurs, to become a great leader, to lead by example. Okay. So I always tell them that this is a business that sell the change of your quality of life, life-changing life-changing issues that you can what you sell is your life-changing issues here.
Right.
So you have to be the example that you have a greater life, you have a better life, you have a better health, you have a better wealth by doing this business. So at that time I install this kind of thoughts. So they have to be the showing products, the showing business. Kangen water is just one thing, but I call it we have to live the Kangen lifestyle.
Yes. And
the second tip, after I set all the Kangen lifestyle, I set all the things that they have to do and they have to live day by day. The second challenge is you have to make a let's call it supporting system that can deliver my thought, my values, my beliefs to all my teams. So before Zoom meeting is like now in pandemic, I already use Zoom meetings. I already use all the things like mailing list, like WhatsApp, like all the things that I can utilize to deliver my values, my beliefs to all my teams.
Right.
And I said to them like this: if you guys don't want to vomit or puke when you saw my face, you are not learn enough from me.
Right.
So, I made videos, DVDs about the demos and so on and so on. That's what I did at the time. And I also say to them, you have to watch this movie, you have to watch this film, this video until you puke like that. If you didn't puke, you are not learning. I said to them like that. And many of them tell the testimonies, yes, I puke. Something like that. So you guys have to think about how you can deliver your ideas, your values, your spirit to them.
Right.
So every day I was doing like demos and make a picture, and then I make articles about this, what I did this morning, what I did today, and then so they know my struggle. So they also feel that Dr. Andhyka is also like put his doctor's coat and then start from zero to doing this business. So they have to know also our journey.
Right.
I think that's the thing that many people don't do. That's the thing that many leaders outside there it's not doing what I'm doing.
Right.
So I always tell them and give them up to date what I'm doing, what I'm struggling, and all the things.
Right.
Like let's say I was riding on a motorcycle, and then heavy rain is coming, and then something like that, and then I make like a dramatic, like a drama.
Yes.
And, you know what, guys, this is, I work like this for our dreams, for your dreams. Let's do it. Let me help you.
Right.
Something like that. So they feel that we fight together, and we can achieve dreams together.
Together. Yes.
Yes, that's I think that's one of the tip that that's one of the tip that I'm doing until now, that many leaders not doing it.
Right. So
documenting your journey. That's the thing.
So you mentioned about leadership by example, right? You set the example, then your people are following because they are seeing what you are doing, and you are videoing yourself. Right. And I think, Dr. Andhyka, one thing I love about your team building way, which is quite similar to mine as well, as let's do it together. Let's win together. Let's achieve our dreams together. So that's a really powerful thing where we can do it together. It's not like you do it, I watch, or you do for me, but we do it together. We roll our sleeves together,
Right.
Wow. That's good. Amazing. So, Dr. Andhyka, since you mentioned about motivation, do you think motivation is important in our business, in the Kangen business?
That's the key thing in this business, because without motivation, we cannot, so the one who win in this business is not who are the one they start this business earlier, but the one who win this business, who can stay here, longer. To stay here longer, we need a motivation.
Yes.
At the time, some of my uplines say to me and to my teams like this: in this business, we don't need any motivation, he said, because this 8-point system is already is already a motivation. It's already it can motivate us. At that time, I told to one of my uplines, no, I disagree with that, because not everyone being motivated because of the money. Okay, some people got motivated because of the 8-point system, because of the community, because of the product, because of the anything. Any issues. They can make that as a motivation issues. So that's why at the time my uplines don't want to make like a support system like me. I was, hell, we have to make a support system. No. This business is already can motivate by itself. Okay, let me make my own support system if you don't want to support me, something like that.
Right.
That's why because of you also, Kangen Power Team, and then okay, this Gary Gan. So I would like to make a confession. Okay,
Wow.
confession.
Oh, okay.
You were the you were the first
yeah.
person that motivates me to fight in
Wow.
this business.
Thank you.
And also KPT, and then I made KAT, right?
Yeah.
The same. Kangen Power Team, and at the time
Right.
Kangen Amazing Team. Just
Right.
So thank you very much to you were inspired. You inspired me at the time.
Thank
So I made this KAT, and then because I realized that I have to make trainings, I have to make seminars, I have to make videos, I have to make conference call to motivate them. And then I have to make like TFTs, training for trainers, training for speakers, to duplicate my capability, to duplicate my capacity. So I can great leaders is leaders that create leaders, not create followers, right?
Right.
So you guys have to think about this thing every day. How can I create more leaders in my team?
Duplication.
Right. If not just duplicate, but you have to create a better
version.
A better leader than yourself.
Right.
Like that.
Amazing. Yeah, I truly agree with every single point that you mentioned, Dr. Andhyka. And that's what sets you and me apart from a lot of leaders, because I think maybe through our journey before, we somehow see how this game is supposed to be played.
Right.
We played according to it. Yeah, that's why the growth was so much, So yeah, so coming back to another point, Dr. Andhyka, you did mention just now that in Indonesia, people do not, how should I say, are not accepting like Zoom type of presentation that much.
Mm-hmm.
So we in view of what's happening with the world, including Indonesia, so can someone still do the Kangen business now? I mean, like, not like those days where people can meet so freely. Can the old way of physical demo and water sharing, that kind of thing, still work? What do you think?
Yeah. This 2 years back, what we did is only online meetings.
Okay.
Especially in a big city like here, Jakarta, Bogor, Bandung, in big cities, we cannot do offline meetings.
Right.
Yes, we did some sales in Zoom meetings, but what I think me and my team agree that the spirit of this business is offline.
Right.
Because this is different with another network marketing company. We sell a product that need to they need to see the product. They need to
touch and feel.
Yeah, touch and feel, and then drink the water.
Yes.
And then we have to talk heart by heart and give the vibration of that. We want to help you. We want to support you.
Right.
Sometimes this kind of vibration cannot vibrate in Zoom meetings like this, right?
Right.
Not everyone can speak like you, Gary. Okay, let's do it together, like me. Okay, not everyone can speak like that.
Yes.
So, but in the offline meetings, we can share our thoughts, we can share our feelings, and then we can build our emotional bondings better than offline online.
Right.
So my team and me myself agree that offline meetings is better than the onlines.
Okay.
So nowadays we can do offline again. So please pray for Indonesia and make more sales again.
Awesome, fantastic. Now, I noticed, I'm actually, to be frank, Dr. Andhyka, I was very impressed with what you have done in Korea. That's one market that has not taken off for like centuries. You know, Korea selling Japanese product. So, but I saw what you did with the Indonesian community in Korea. Tell me, when you were doing that, what was your real selling point? And I'm very sure it wasn't just selling water machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So actually,
Yeah.
I enjoy doing this business outside of Indonesia. Why? Because in Indonesia, people interested with the product. People are interested with the business, but we always have these financing issues.
Right.
Okay. Even there is an installment program, but people here don't have the down payment, don't have this all the requirement things.
Right.
But like in Korea, my team in Hong Kong and my team in overseas,
Right.
they have this kind of financing methods, payment methods. It's easier.
Right.
So that's why when I went to Korea, they are workers, they are laborers, they are in Indonesian labor in Korea, right? What I did was the same thing in Indonesia. So guys, this I'm not selling machines here. I'm selling dreams. Don't you want to live in Indonesia again with your families, you know, with your neighborhoods, and have the quality of life because you will have a passive income and so on and so on. So let's do it. The quote unquote the easy part doing the business in Korea, let's say, they don't have this kind of payment issues because there are so many installment methods that they can use and easy, not like in Indonesia.
And they are also being well paid in Korea, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So they can afford maybe the machine is only maybe 1/3 of their salary or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So wow. Yeah, guys, are you all hearing this? You know, what Dr. Andhyka is sharing doesn't have to be only the Indonesian community. If you are the Filipino, you know, I love, because I somehow have a very big team in Philippines, guys. Do for the Filipino community, you can do for the Malaysian, for Vietnamese, Cambodia, any, you know. Yeah, so you are really, actually, when I saw what you did, you really gave me a lasting impression of wanting to do this more for other communities, that we can bring true freedom to them. Like what you say, bring them home to their family. I'm very sure some of them really love to go back home, but because they have to be away for the money, right? To make money.
Right.
Yeah, so wow, that's really amazing. Thank you for sharing that tip, Dr. Andhyka. So now let's just say, Dr. Andhyka, let's say I don't know you, you don't know me. I sit next to you in a plane, and then we started conversation, and we talk, and finally, I ask you the all-time favorite question. So, Dr. Andhyka, what actually do you do? How would you introduce yourself that will link me to Enagic or Kangen? Or would you even tell me about Kangen in our first meeting? What's your take on that, Dr. Andhyka?
Okay, I never talk about Kangen water in our first meeting usually.
Okay.
Well, it depends, but most of the times I never like in the plane, something like that. We don't have much time to explain all the things, right?
Okay.
So what I'm doing is the principle is you have to make them curious, because in curiosity there is a marketing. Okay, so maybe you can find a better idioms or better words in your country, but here in Indonesia, I said like this: "Hey, Andy, what do you do for a living?" I often say it's like this: I'm a drug user and also a drug dealer. Well, I don't know in your countries, but in Indonesia, drug users and then also drug dealers, you use the product and then you sell the product. That's the thing, right? But when you say that I'm a drug user and a drug dealer, and then they shock. Excuse me? Curiosity is,
Kills the cat.
Yeah, they're curious. What kind of drug that you sell and use? That's the thing that this is not the drug that you think.
Wow, powerful.
And then going into our education.
Right.
So I often using this kind of words or idioms or whatever like this. So or I sometimes I use like this. I'm doing a transportation business. Oh, really? Yeah. What kind of transportation business? In their mind, I have a bus transportation business, taxi or something like that. I help people to move from their points now to their points that they dream of. I move people from poor into rich, from sickness into health.
Wow.
That's what I do. So I never tell I'm a doctor. I'm a medical practitioner that doing my basic blah blah blah. No, sometimes if they know me as a doctor, that's why you are succeeding in this business. You are a doctor, blah blah blah. No, I never use that.
Wow.
So curiosity, marketing.
Yes. Wow, guys, are you getting this? That one tip there is $1 million tip. Okay. Now I'm going to tell everybody I'm in the transportation business. Wow, that's good, man. I bring people from their reality to their dreams.
Yeah. Like you can say, do you know Elon Musk? He also doing transportation business from Earth to the moon, right?
Yeah.
I also doing the same thing. Really? Yeah. Yeah. I put people from ground to their dreamland.
Yes.
Something like that.
Wow. Dr. Andhyka, that alone is millions, man. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, Dr. Andhyka, there's always a saying. They say it's better to learn from other people's mistakes than your own mistakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we all are human beings. So we have success. We also make mistakes. Now, can I just ask you, in your 2013 to now, which is 7 to 9 years. Okay, your 9 years in Enagic. Let's just say if we manage to get a time machine and bring you back to 2013 when Teddy just sold you the first machine, and you know exactly what you know today with all the knowledge. Is there anything that you will do differently? And if there is, what would that be? What are some things that you may want to do differently if you know what you know and you get to go back 2013? Anything?
Okay, if there is a time machine, I want to start this business with a bigger amounts of what we are name list. Yeah, name list.
Right.
I want to start with 2,000 name lists.
Right.
Don't care whatever it takes. I have to. I want to start this business with 2,000 name lists, because I only start this business with only maybe 50 or 100 name lists.
Wow.
Because the foundation of this business is the name list, right?
Right.
So I can imagine if I have more name lists, maybe my business is going to I have a bigger business now if I start with the name list. So guys, name list is a very, very important things to start this business.
Right.
Okay. So nowadays I what I'm doing is I don't want to doing the same mistakes again in my team. So right now I make like a book of name lists, and then if you want me to coach you, I want to see those name lists first before I coach you.
Right.
Yes, okay. People have dreams. All right, people have their hopes in this business, but if they don't have the name list, how come they want to expand their business?
Right.
So the first thing, if I have the time machine, I want to start my business with 1,000 name lists.
Wow.
And the second thing is, what makes the difference between you and me, Gary? Maybe because it's Indonesian people. It's English is not our second language. We tend to speak bahasa, not English, right? Like today, my English is not very good,
Hey,
but
perfect.
this is better than on my teams,
Right.
not of my leaders, even Wikan and
Right.
all my big leaders. They
Right.
cannot speak English like I'm doing right now.
Right. Right.
So I want to, well, especially for my team in Indonesia. I don't know, because my audience today,
Right.
you speak English, but the point is, if I have the time machine, I want to learn how to speak English better and conquer the world.
Wow.
Like what Gary did, Samsia did, and doing the business with the native people there, native citizen there.
Right. Right.
Because what I'm doing now is, when I go to Korea, when I went to Hong Kong, most of them still Indonesian people.
Right.
Most of them still Indonesian workers there in some of the countries, in Japan, also still Indonesian, in Taiwan, also still Indonesian workers. So this is better, but when something happens in Indonesia, they also get influence, right?
Yes.
Something like that. But what I saw from Gary Gan, you have Filipinos community here, you have the Arabic community in Dubai and so on. That's what you guys have to build, this international business, not just with Indonesian guys there, but you have to build the business with native citizens in that country. That's the two things. If I have a time machines, I want to start with nameless and learn how to speak English better.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Yeah, I mean, you said it very right. If you have all the dreams, you have all the excitement, you have all the knowledge, but you don't have the name list, then what's going to happen? You can't even move forward, right?
Yeah.
So any one of y'all who are listening here, make sure take this point seriously. You need to have a name list. Charger Tan, 19 years old. I don't care. Get your name list. Yeah, because no name list, no sale. That's the fact, right? So that's really great. And English, yes, that's true. So happened, Dr. Andhyka, I think about 1.5, 2 years ago, I interviewed one of your uplines, I think, Joko.
Mm-hmm.
And a same thing also he mentioned about this speaking
really?
English.
Yeah.
And he wanted, yeah. So yeah, it's true. But to be frank, on the opposite, on the contrary, thank you so much for seeing me as a role model. But on the
until now,
other
Gary,
side,
until now, you are still my role model.
Thank you. On the other side, you know what I've actually been telling a lot of people? Because in Indonesia, it's something like 280 million people. 280?
Yeah.
Yeah.
270. Yeah.
Oh, 70. Yeah, 270. In fact, I've been telling this to a lot of people. I said, not including the Indonesian community outside of Indonesia. Even in Indonesia itself, with 280 million, is a global market. Imagine Malaysia, 30 juta. 30 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and of course, Indonesia, just like Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, is one market where if we don't speak your language, kind of difficult for us to penetrate, right?
Right.
So yeah, there's pros and cons, but of course, yes, having able to speak English has also its advantage. So amazing part there. Yeah. So here, this is one question that over and over again, people always like to ask. And I like to pick your brain on this, Dr. Andhyka. When people say that the Kangen machine or the business, whatever, but most of the time it's the Kangen machine. When they say the Kangen machine is expensive or they cannot afford, after you show the whole presentation, what's your usual response to these people when they say it's expensive?
Okay. Usually what I do with my team is we do this. We call it in NLP contrastive analysis. So I mean, this is expensive if you compare with what?
Yes.
Okay, so we compare with comparative analysis. We compare with something that contrasts. Okay, this is expensive if you compare with handphones. Okay, if you compare with televisions, if we compare with any gadgets like that.
Right.
But you cannot compare these Kangen machines with those kind of things. So can you imagine if your parents, if your spouse is sick and then go to ICU units, how much money that they have to spend because of that kind of things, right? But this machine can help you and your family and your neighborhood, you know, to prevent from any diseases.
Wow.
Also can help them to cure from many diseases.
Wow.
So this is an investment. I said to them, yeah, this is an investment. This is not liabilities. This is an assets. This is an investment. This is a very, very smart investment.
Right.
Yeah, genius investment for your health and also for your wealth. And the second tip is, I always said like this: you guys must have. Yeah, don't say must buy, must have, because if they hear about buying words, they feel they have to spend their money, they lose their money.
Yes.
So you guys must have this machine, yeah, before you need the machine.
Wow.
I always install this kind of mindsets to them, yeah, before they need this machine because of health issues or wealth issues. They have to prepare the umbrella before it rains, right? Something like that. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I like the second point, you know, you must have it before you need it, you know. Yeah. You don't want to be drinking it when you're already stage 4 cancer, you know.
Exactly.
That's a brilliant one, Dr. Andhyka. And the point is, yeah, just like everybody has mentioned this before, when somebody says it's expensive, in their head, they are actually comparing it with something. All right. So probably they are looking at it as just a normal water filter. Yeah, it's really expensive. But when they really can see, so it is a question of whether did you present the whole picture clearly to them.
Exactly.
If you have not done it, yes, obviously they have probably see it as just another water filter. And today I always like to give the example, if a 19 years old boy called Charger Tan can buy with his own money, not from his family, and his family is just doing very average, no excuse. Right? No excuse.
Wow.
Yeah. So, okay. So the other point here is, now, you know, Dr. Andhyka, a lot of people heard about you. They saw you, you know, on stage. I call you the Tony Robbins of Indonesia, you know, and in Anaheim, you know, wow. Everybody hero worships you, want to be like you. So what's your greatest advice, let's say, to somebody like Charger, somebody new, or my fellow leader from Perth, who is also a fellow Indonesian, Miss Yuli Olive? Okay, what's your greatest advice to new people like them that wants to be like you up there one day? What's that one takeaway that you can share with them?
Okay, so first thing that many people ask me, "Hey Andy, I want to become like you. I want to become. I want to have a quotes unquote quick success. Yeah, quick success like you. I want. I already. I cannot stand with my poorness like now. Something like that. I want to be like you." So what I told them, what people don't have, or what people don't have as big as I have, as I have a very strong why.
Okay.
I have a huge strong why, a big heavy strong why I'm doing this business. Okay, so this is the thing that people have to explore inside of themselves to know what is your strong why, what is your strongest why to doing this business. Because many people want to doing this business just for paying the debt. Well, that's okay, but after you already pay the debt, what else? What is your strong why? So I think I really that makes the difference between me and my leaders, and also or main leaders in Indonesia. Let's say I never lose my hopes, I never lose my dreams, because I always maintain, and I always renewing my strong why. So this is what I'm doing. The first thing first is you have to know what is your strongest why. After, second thing is, after you have this strong why, yeah, you have to make the list. You have to make the list. What kind of person, what type of person, what kind of leaders that you want to have in your team. Okay. Let's say I want to have a team that can speak English, or I want to have a team that have this spirit, always have the spirit. I want to have the team that they don't shy, they always have this self-confidence. Make the list. And after you make the list, all the things that you want in your team, make sure that you can be the leader that suit the list, you know.
Right.
You have you have to be a leader that always confidence. You have to be the leader, leading by examples. That you have to do. That's the difficult part. That's the challenging part. Right. Not everyone. Many people want to have certain qualities of team, certain qualities of person in their teams, but they don't want that. They don't want to be the person, right, that have the quality for our uplines team. So until now, I always upgrading myself. Right. Until now, I still learn how to deliver message, how to do the public speaking better, how to do all the things that, like, you saw me in Anaheim. I was speaking in front of 3,000, 4,000 people from around the world. Yes. I made them cry, I made them laugh, and so on, motivate, and so on. Right. What people don't see is, before that, I practicing my English, my speech, like 100 times in front of the mirror. Wow. They don't see that. Yes. So after I was on the stage, well, they saw Tony Robbins from Indonesia. Well, but what they don't see is I always hungry. I always have the hunger to learn. Wow. In fact, I didn't sleep tonight. That's why, I was late. I didn't sleep.
Okay.
I learned. I put my alarm 9 o'clock here in Indonesia, but sorry,
No
things
worries.
happen. Okay, so that's until now. I always upgrading myself to become a greater leader for my team.
Right.
So many people wants to be like me, like Gary, but they don't want to pay the price.
That's true.
So until now, after this meeting again and then meeting again, doing the coaching things and so on, people always see me. Hey, why your energy never runs out? You like energizer or
Energizer
alkaline
bunny.
batteries? Okay, you don't have lots of your energy because I have these strong dreams. I have these strong beliefs that I can change the world through this business. That's my strong dreams.
Wow. Wow. So I summarize that by number one, you must have a why, a big why. Then you need to be the leader you want to attract into your team, right? You need
Let me
proving yourself.
correct a bit. Not a big why, but strong why.
Strong why. Yes.
Because sometimes big why. This is just maybe a different perception.
Okay.
For me, for my team, big why. Oh, I want a Alphard like Gary have. I want a Porsche, Ferrari. That's a big why.
Okay.
But sometimes people don't move because the Ferrari things. It's not their dreams. It's our
Okay.
upline's dreams that
Right.
injected into their minds, right? So maybe strong why is not cars. For them, their strong why is
Family.
helping people
Right.
or building
family.
mosques, building
Yes.
churches, something like that.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Wow. That's huge, And you guys, if you all notice, a lot of today's session is circling around you being a better version of yourself. Keep improving yourself.
Exactly.
You cannot shortcut that part, guys. You cannot leave this job to be done by somebody else. Your upline,
Exactly.
your sideline, you have to be the leader you want to see in your team. You have to be that perfect person you want to see in your team. Yeah, like what you say is very true, Dr. Andhyka. A lot of people wants to have a Dr. Andhyka in your team, but they don't want to be like that. But
Yeah.
the point is, you need birds of a feather flocks together. You need to attract people, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, now the last two questions.
All right.
Wow, time flies, right? While we're having fun, it's already coming to it's already 2 hours plus already. Okay, now the next question is, I'm very sure in your 9 years in doing this business, probably there are some of your leaders that have already maybe stagnant. Maybe they have reached 6A, sleep, or maybe 6A2 also sleep already. Now, to these senior leaders that have stagnated, that have already stuck, what would be your advice to them to make a comeback, to make a change, and to step up to their next rank or to have a breakthrough? What's your tip for these senior leaders?
My honest answer is
Yes.
forget them.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
I just want to make the conclusion, forget them, because I mean, when I say forget them, I still make a communication with them in WhatsApp groups, calling them, or I went to their house, home, like that. I still doing the communication, but I mean, for senior leaders, they already had the experience having many incomes from Enagic, right? Before they already went to some countries, they can achieve some of their dreams or many of their dreams because of these machines, because of this business. So when I meet them, when I call them, when I text them, what I'm doing is just to remind him, hey, just like this 2 a.m. in the morning, I search in Facebook photo albums, and then and then I download some of my leaders when they were on the stage becoming new 6A2-2, something like that. Receive thousands of US dollar in a month with the the picture, something like that. So hey, don't you miss this thing? I only say it to them. Let's do it together again. But what I can do is just that until that point, right? After that, they have to decide by themselves that they want to rebuild this business with me, with us, with KAT, with KPT, right? So if they don't, if they don't eat my, fishing,
The bait.
yeah, the bait, right? If don't eat the bait, forget that.
Right.
It's time to find and build and a new leader.
Correct.
It's time to build the new one.
Yeah, I think
That's what I do.
Yeah, I think Dr. Andhyka, you got that very right. There's a saying: if you can't lift them up, you have to leave them behind. The reason is because you can't eat for them. You can't learn for them. You can't do for them. They have to ultimately do it. Of course, we need to continuously keep them updated. But seriously, guys, if you have a lot of people who are already stagnated, what Dr. Andhyka say is, it makes perfect sense. Focus on the new, start showing your success. These people will get motivated and join you and build. But if they don't, that's it. There are 7 billion people in the world. Those are the ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much for that tip. And of course, the last point, Dr. Andhyka, you and I've been in Kangen. This is my 11th year. This is your 9th year. I'm very sure we share a lot of amazing moments in this business, in this opportunity. So many, not just from the health point, so many things, we've gone through. I mean, I never imagined I have a Indonesian brother like you. Through Kangen, we have this, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you can share with some very new people here today, and I'm sure there are a lot of new people. What do you think of Enagic as a company? And the founder, Mr. and Mrs. Soshiro. And if you have done previous MLM before, like you said, Teddy has brought you to a few, how is this company different from the other MLM companies? What's your take on this?
Okay. One thing for sure that I experienced by myself with this amazing company called Enagic. This is not a business company. This is a charity company.
Wow.
So
why do you say that?
Yeah, because in previous companies before, the owners or the company still always think about their benefits. Okay, their benefits first, and then distributors next, something like that. But here, if maybe after this, Gary Gan can put the details about the margin structure of the products.
Right.
But like more than 70%, 73% of from the price of the machines is for distributors.
Wow.
And you cannot find this kind of company outside Enagic. And if they okay, I want to become Enagic, let's put 75% of total payout for distributors. Still, the product is different. Still, the price of the product may be only $100 or $200.
Right.
This is $400,000, and 73% of the margin profit is distributed to distributors.
Right.
This is a very huge amount of money, guys.
Wow.
And I think Mr. Oshiro has this kind of kind-hearted, charity. Compassion, something like that. So I call this Enagic is a charity business.
Wow.
And for me, in Indonesia, this is the thing. Indonesia is also well known as love to give to other people, what we call charity. Okay, and Indonesia is one of the biggest country that loves to doing the charity. So from this Oshiro side and then the company side, this is a charity company. Meet people in Indonesia that loves doing the charity, like giving waters into communities and so on and so on. This is a beautiful match for the person who like helping people with the company who like helping people. So many of companies I already joined, but this is, I never find this kind of company that the spirit of the company is giving and giving. Like the rewards, the challenge and reward that Enagic makes, well, if you can count it, it's not good for Enagic, something like that. They think about our distributor, how they can have more monies, something like that. So amazing company here in Enagic.
I think Andhyka, is just like you, sometimes we also think about how come Enagic can pay like this, right? It doesn't make sense, because if you calculate, it's like rugi, it's like you lose, there's loss,
Exactly.
So in the business sense, it is too, some people call it too good to be true, but we are in a too good to be true company, guys.
Exactly.
Seriously. So that's the reason why I always tell the new people, if Enagic is your first MLM business, you should thank your lucky star, you found the best, the best of the best.
Exactly.
I have done 15. I don't know how many Dr. Andhyka you have done. So we seriously, we have found the best. Don't look for the rest. You've already found your best,
Right.
So amazing. Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Andhyka.
Thank you very much,
You
Gary.
have been such a great star, sharing so much thing with us today. I can't describe in words, how much you have shared with us. Although it's just only 1 hour, 2 hours session, but I believe every single point that you shared just now will benefit all our people, both on Zoom as well as on other social media like Facebook. Before we end the session, Charger, are there any questions from the floor for Dr. Andhyka?
All right, the question that I saw is from Yuli Olive.
Okay.
So he asked Dr. Andhyka, he said that it's a really great session and a big thank you to you. And she want to ask about in the beginning of your Kangen business, how can you convince people to get their dream through Kangen business?
Wow.
We have talked about this, right?
Yeah, Charger, you need to talk like Dr. Andhyka.
Yeah.
Your voice went down after that. Never mind, I saw the text message. Let me just repeat that to Dr. Andhyka. Okay, this is your fellow countryman from Indonesia. She's now based in Perth.
Wow.
Her name is Olive, and she asked you this question. Hi, Dr. Andhyka. It's really a great session. Thank you. I have a question. In the beginning of your Kangen business, how do you convince people about how to get their dream through Kangen business? Is there one tip you can share about that? At the beginning, like maybe before you got much results from it, how do you actually convince people about how they can get their dreams from the Kangen business?
Well, at that time, when there is still only a few of leaders that can be an example, it's kind of difficult. So what I did was, you know what, this is a very, very good business. This is a very wow business. I just showed that I believe in this business, in spite of when they ask me, okay, where's the result? Well, that's why I want to ask you. I want to invite you to do the business together, and we get the results together. So when you don't have the result yet, at the first earlier phase of your business, what I sell is only my strong belief that I can succeed in this business. Because at that time, there are no person. There are still few only, Peter, maybe Joko, and other people like Gary, Samsia, Chris, Briganti, and then and other people outside Indonesia. But okay, where are the example in Indonesia? That's why we can be the example in Indonesia. So the first step is you have to show that you have this kind of strong belief, even you still in the 1A or 2A. So that's what I sell to them. Many of them didn't believe me, but some of them believe me, and they become my 6A, 6A, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4 right now. And then after you get the money, so, and the second tip is you have to push your gas full speed. Floor the gas, do not the brake, okay, full speed. Why? Because when you do this full speedness business, full heart, full speed, okay, and then produce some sales and produce income from this business, then you can show them results. Okay, yes. Show them results. Okay, 2 months ago, I did the presentation to you. I was nothing, but now I already sell like 5 units, 10 units. Okay, and this is the money. And do you want to have this kind of money with me together? Let's do it. You don't want it? Okay, next. Oh. That's what I do. And then in 8 months, become a 6A, and right now 5-4.
Fantastic. So yeah, so Olive, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, most of the time at the beginning, I mean, you are very right, Dr. Andhyka. Which baby first time born is already walking? No, right? Everybody, I start from 1A, Dr. Andhyka starts with 1. Everybody starts the same.
Exactly.
And yeah, what he says is very true. Sometimes it's not about, people can ask you how much you are making, but it's not so much about that. It's the excitement that you are you're showing is like, wow, right. The energy that's transferred to the people.
Right.
Yeah. And the second tip is height is also very important. That's why slow and steady doesn't work in our business. Don't ever believe the slow and steady thing. Yeah, of course, slow and steady is better than giving up. But that's like the last option already. Our business is about fast and furious. Why you need to be fast and furious? You need the results. And people, like what Dr. Andhyka says is very true. People, after some time, after your excitement is over, they want to see. So if your excitement is there, but you don't have the result to show, after some time, people may lose belief and trust in you. So that fast and furious, all-out massive action is really, really critical for the takeoff, the takeoff of your plane. Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Andhyka, for sharing that.
My pleasure.
I saw a hands up by one of my latest -3 from Australia. Win,
wow.
Is it that you have a question? And I know among all, you always have a question. You have a question for Dr. Andhyka, right? Okay.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, should it?
Thank you so much, Doctor. It's been such a wonderful session. I've really become so inspired. Thank you so much. I just want to ask, you said earlier, the support system that you have, what does it look like in a summary for your team? What does the support system look like?
Okay. So,
please.
Okay, thank you, Win Tan. It's very nice to meet you. So, nice if you talk about support system, first thing first, that you need to, there are 3 pillars, if I want to make it simple for this session. First, you have to make the marketing tools, like the flip charts, slides, and then maybe brochures, and also other things like tumblers. We have to make the same language with our team. That's the goal. So what I did was I make like a flip chart, and I also make the videos, and I also made the script. So people speak and deliver the message the same words with I deliver. That's why I always give the instruction to them: watch my videos until you puke, and then watch the script until you die, something like that.
I love
Okay.
that. I love that.
Okay, so you have to provide the tools. You have to provide the marketing tools. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second one is you have to provide the meetings. Okay, there are two types of meetings. Okay, there are public meetings and also meetings with requirements. Public meetings, like I have public meetings, we call it Kangen gathering. Okay, Kangen gathering, like a seminar, anyone can come. This is a public meetings. After public meetings, there's a seminar or success story meetings. We have a yearly meetings like that held for 3,000, 4,000 people before pandemic. Okay, that's a public meetings. Anyone can come and feel the excitement, feel the experience. Oh, this is a great business. But that's just one thing. The more important kind of meetings is the meetings with requirements. Like the lowest requirements, I have machine owners meetings. Machine owners meetings is a meetings that only machine owners can participate in the meetings. Okay, and then 4A meetings, and then 6A meetings, and then 6A23 meetings in my teams. So people will, get the inspired. They will get inspired and motivated. Oh, I want to participate in that meeting, so I have to become a machine owners. Okay, something like that. So I have to become the 4A. 4A meetings, we go to Malaysia, let's say we go to Singapore, we go to Bali and have this kind of fantastic holidays and doing the meetings. And then document it. Hey guys, we are in the 4A meetings, blah, 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 blah. Hey, let's do it. Let's, for the next trip, I want you guys to become our next 4A, something like that. That's why I have this kind of meetings. Maybe probably the one and only, or the first, maybe a team that can make international conventions in Okinawa is my team.
Yeah.
I brought like 200 people and then make a global convention there, set up the stage and so on, like that. So meetings are very important. This is a business. This is a business, meetings business. Well, any business, any kind of job, you work in the hospital, you work in the office, always doing the meetings, right?
Right.
Okay, but supervisor meeting, managers meeting, generals meetings, directors meetings, commissioners meetings is different. That's the meetings with the requirements. So make public meetings and make meetings with requirements.
Yeah.
Terms and conditions. And the last thing is, we call it, you have to make ranks. So in my teams, marketing tools, meetings, and special ranks. Like we have like this, silver samurai. Okay, we call it. We call our fighters as a samurai. You know, samurai in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, silver samurai. They will have pins. They will have the recognition in our stage. Silver samurai is a person that in 3 months they have a $1,000 a month. Okay, no, sorry, a thousand. Okay, $1,000 a month. Okay, silver samurai. And then, okay, after you become a silver samurai, you have to fight for the gold samurai, 5,000 a month from Enagic business.
Wow.
And then we have platinum samurai, 10,000 a month from this business.
Wow.
And then we have 2 platinum samurai, 3 platinum samurai, and we have a billionaire samurai, 100,000 a month from this business. From that kind of step up ranks, you will also have make the tools and the meetings like silver samurai meeting, gold samurai meeting, platinum samurai meetings.
Wow.
If Gary maybe have watched some of my videos like bungee jumping in Macau towers or skydiving in many countries, that's one of our platinum samurai meeting.
Wow.
So when you get platinum samurai or certain levels with me, let's go bungee jumping, let's go skydiving in many countries. That's what we do. So 3 things we intend: marketing tools, meetings, publics and requirements meetings, and then ranks.
Wow.
You have to make your own ranks,
right.
Instead of 1A, 2A, 3A. So they will have some things that to catch on. Yeah. That's my tips.
Win, I think that one question and the answers that came with it is worth $1 million. You agree with me?
Yes, absolutely. Loved it. Thank you. You're the best.
I mean, and Dr. Andhyka, I'm blown away. Now my head is like, oh, guys, my fellow KPT leaders, you guys are going to let's learn something from Dr. Andhyka. Let's rock with this. Oh,
let's rock together, guys.
Yes,
let's do it.
Rock. Yes. So okay, so I believe we are already 2.5 hours. I'm not sure about you, but the amount of Kangen water I put into my body, I really need to go
we are fasting right now in Indonesia, Gary.
Oh, sorry. I hope okay. I did not. Okay, it's okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I was drinking just now. Sorry about that. So anyway, once again, guys, let's all, guys, I would really like you all to put your comment on the chat box so that Dr. Andhyka can see if you have benefited from today's session, how you find it. Just keep putting all your remarks onto the chat button there. Okay, so on behalf of everybody, myself, the Zoom attendees, people from on Facebook that's watching this live, thank you so much, Dr. Andhyka. You have been such a great inspiration to us. Every points that you have shared with us are truly amazing. Okay, truly amazing. I really hope very soon I'll be able to come over to Indonesia, to Jakarta. You are in Jakarta, right?
Right.
Yeah. To hang out and to chill with you. You know, we can rock together. We can do some events together. And if you come to Malaysia, please feel free to give me a buzz. You know, I'll be your host for whatever duration that you are staying here. I can bring you from north to south, you know, to East Malaysia, Sabah, Sarawak. Yeah. Yeah. And it's really a great pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gary, and all
for your contribution today. We are really blessed to have you. Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Andhyka. And before I end today's session, guys, just 2 announcements to make. Charger has and of course, Dr. Andhyka, this is also for you, just a small advertisement. This is my book. I've just published it, my ebook. Charger, if you don't mind, can you just put once again the link on the chat button so that people can get it? This is an ebook. The printed version is in the process of being printed. This is just my small little contribution to the world of network marketing. On a lot of points that what Dr. Andhyka has mentioned today, it's all mentioned in this book about how you should really play this game to win, okay, and win big time. And of course, that's the first announcement. The second announcement, guys, please block your calendar on the 17th of May, which is next month, 17th of May. Same time, Malaysia time, 11 a.m. Malaysia, Perth, Philippines, and of course, Kuniko-san, 11 a.m. in Malaysia is what time PST? What time is it?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. So it's 8 p.m. in US. For Indonesia, like Andhyka, it will be 10 a.m. Next month, 17th of May, I'll be having, if I'm not mistaken, the world's fastest dash 4. Okay, dash 4, world's fastest. If not the world's fastest, is one of the fastest. He's none other than Nageshwar Shukla from Gujarat, India. I think he made dash 4 within 1 year or 1.5 years, something like that, you know. And just like Dr. Andhyka, full of power, you know, a lot of team buildings, a lot of things that you can learn from this young, and he's really young. I think maybe in his 30s or 20s, something like that, from this gentleman. So block your calendar, May 17th, same time, 11 a.m. Malaysia time. So without further ado, we are going to end the session by, Charger, is everybody able to unmute themselves?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, please unmute yourself and we can all say a big, big thank you in your own language to none other than our star today, Dr. Andhyka Sedyawan. Thank you, Dr. Andhyka.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Doctor. So much is amazing.
Arigato.
Thank you, Andhyka.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
See you
Charger.
again. God bless you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bless you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ramadan Kareem, Doc.
Yeah.